So last time I gave some quick bullet points on some of the ways that good fats contribute to good health. This time I'll go into just a little bit more detail. The majority of our heart's energy comes from burning fats. Some fats are also used to keep the heart beating in a regular rhythm. Fatty acids help your cells stay flexible and also help build cell membranes. And a growing amount of research shows that cell membrane dysfunction is a critical factor in the development of many diseases out there. So it's good to have good cell function. Fats compose the material that insulates and protects our nerves, which helps lead to more efficient nerve transmissions within our bodies. And like I mentioned before, our brains are composed of 60% fat, and therefore fats are absolutely critical to good brain function, including learning abilities and memory retention. And eating the right fats with a meal helps slow down the digestion process so that the body has more time to absorb the nutrients. They therefore help keep the body satiated and help provide a constant level of energy. So, healthy fats are beneficial for many parts of the human body. You've probably heard of all sorts of fats out there, and I admit that it can be overwhelming and confusing. I will try to break it down for you in the next few slides. It's important to remember that it's the type of fat that matters, as well as how much of it you consume. Decreasing your intake of certain types of fats reduces the risk of several chronic diseases, but other types of fats are essential to our good health. Monounsaturated fats are good for us. Good sources of monounsaturated fats include nuts and seeds like almonds, Brazil nuts, pistachios, sesame, and sunflower seeds. Olive oil and avocados are also great sources of monounsaturated fat. Saturated fats have a very bad reputation, and it is true that there are bad kinds of saturated fats. However, there are also good kinds. Coconuts, for example, are an excellent source of many health-promoting nutrients and also happen to be high in saturated fat. About 50% of the fatty acids provided by coconut is in the form of a saturated fat whose only other abundant source in nature is human breast milk. I don't know about you, but that tells me that coconuts cannot be all that bad for us, even though they are high in saturated fat. Other good sources of good saturated fats are dairy fat, like butter and palm oil. Of course, I am not suggesting to eat a tub of butter with your meals, but it would be smart to choose butter over margarine, for example. As far as fats to avoid, certain unsaturated fats that are commonly used have been shown to be linked to many health problems out there. Examples of these are canola oil, corn oil, and soybean oil. These all go through extreme processing to produce high yield. Then there are the saturated fats like margarine, hydrogenated oils, and trans fats. You have probably already heard about these fats and know to avoid them. Basically, they are harmful to our bodies and form molecular structures that do not occur in nature, which can lead to many health risks. You can find these kinds of fats in margarine, many commercial and packaged products, and fast foods. Then there are the fats known as essential fatty acids, namely omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. These are fatty acids that the human body cannot produce on its own, and therefore they must be obtained through our diet. In general, our intake of omega-3 fats has reduced dramatically, while it's been shown that our intake of omega-6 fatty acids has more than doubled in the last 100 years. In general, we should aim for a ratio of 1 to 3 for omega-3s to omega-6s. The average American has a ratio of roughly 1 to 20. Omega-3s have been shown to have many health benefits, including reducing inflammation, improving brain function, and increasing metabolic rate. So where do we find each of these essential fatty acids? Good sources of omega-3s are cold water fish, fish oil, seeds like flax and chia and pumpkin seeds, walnuts, and dark leafy green vegetables like kale. Omega-6s are found in grains and legumes like corn, as well as animal products like meat and dairy products. In fact, you might have heard about the recommendation lately to eat grass-fed animals. Why is this? It's because that when we eat meat or eggs from animals that consume corn or grain, their meat or their eggs are higher in omega-6s than the meat or eggs of animals that eat grass. And again, remember, we're trying to reduce our consumption of omega-6s. So this wraps up part 3 of Fats 101. Feel free to contact me with any feedback, since I'm still just trying to figure out this blog thing, and any questions you may have through my contact page. Thank you again for your time.